Friends, we want to take you now back to Nashville, Tennessee in 1880. It's the annual cotillion at the famous old McPhail house.
Oh, isn't it lovely, Bradley? The lights and the music.
It sure is, Mary Ellen. Shall we sit this waltz out? Let's go out on the terrace. It's grand out there tonight.
Oh, let's get a cup of coffee first. I see Mr. Joel Cheek standing over there. He asked me especially to taste his new coffee. He's called it Maxwell House after this very hotel.
This tastes delicious.
Oh, I think so, too. Oh, Mr. Cheek, we think your new coffee's just marvelous.
And so it was that more than 50 years ago in the Old South, Nashville, Tennessee, the original Maxwell House blend was created. And in less than a generation, its fame had spread throughout the length and breadth of our country. People everywhere tasted this fine, mellow coffee and pronounced it perfect. But as our country has grown, modern science has grown with it. And Maxwell House has made every effort to keep ahead of the times, to make Maxwell House the finest coffee you can buy. More than 8 years ago, a method was developed to pack Maxwell House in what is now the familiar blue super vacuum can that seals in all the rich, tempting flavor, bringing you coffee that's always roaster fresh. And now, 2 new ways have been found to add even greater deliciousness to the already magnificent flavor of Maxwell House. First, the famous blend has been still further improved, further enriched, to bring you coffee far richer and far smoother, and even greater measure of satisfaction. And then, a new method of roasting Maxwell House has been developed called the radiant roast process, which brings out more of the true coffee flavor than you probably have ever known before. Friends, we think the new Maxwell House today is just about the finest coffee there is. But we want you to know that we will never cease our efforts to find ways of making it still better, to bring still more pleasure to true coffee lovers. And we know people appreciate our efforts, for today more are buying Maxwell House coffee than ever before. So try a pound of the new Maxwell House in your home. We think you'll say, as millions do, that now, more than ever, Maxwell House is the coffee that's good to the last drop.
Well, our program is drawing to a close, and so is 1938. By way of expressing our appreciation of your loyal support to Maxwell House and our Good News program, may I say, thanks for everything, and our best wishes for happiness. Thank you very much for everything, and for making our show a success. Also, for all the letters that you sent. They were certainly very nice ones, too. And for all your fine encouragement, we tip our hearts to you. Mr. Lionel Barrymore.
Thanks for everything. Here's your health, and may I make this toast. I hope the coming new year brings you everything that you want most.
Doug McPhail.
You know, you folks out there really gave me my start and helped me make my dreams come true. And so, for everything, my thanks to you.
Daddy Stafford.
Thanks for everything, from Snooks and Mummy and me.
Thanks to Santa Claus for what he put under my tree. I like them.
Just a wonderful grand new year is Frank Morgan's wish for you. May every good thing you have be multiplied by 2.
Meredith.
Thanks for everything. And speaking for the choir and the boys and the girls and the band, a real happy new year. Come on, boys, let's give our audience a hand.
And so, from General Foods, the makers of Maxwell House Coffee and Metro Golden Mare Studios, to you, our listeners,
Happy New Year! Should all the acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Who gave us our reason to dream that made everything come true? And so for everything, our thanks to you.
week, ladies and gentlemen, our first big show of the new year. Be sure to join us, and also remind your friends to listen to what promises to be the fastest and best 60 minutes we have ever had the pleasure of bringing you.
Nicely said, Warren. Ladies and gentlemen, we regret that Wallace Beery, Robert Taylor, and Florence Rice couldn't be with us tonight. Well, this just about winds up the radio year for us, and as a parting thought, may I remind you that I can think of no better way for you to celebrate the new year than to take your family to your favorite motion picture theater to see Wallace Beery and Robert Taylor in Stand Up and Fight, a Mervyn LeRoy production directed by W.S. Van Dyke II. I predict it will be one of the most thrilling and exciting pictures of the new year. This is Bob Young saying good night until the first Thursday of 1939.
This is Warren Hull wishing you a happy new year for the makers of Maxwell House, the coffee that's always good to the last drop. This is the National Broadcasting Company.
KFI, Los Angeles. Beckman's January Fur Clearance Sale.